Hey, girl, hey. Welcome back to my weekly podcast, Taste of Taylor. I'm Taylor, obviously. And joining me today, oh my God, I'm so excited. He's back again. Jared Freid. Hey, boy, hey.
It is such a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Jared, I love you so much.
You are, we could do an hour on how much we enjoy
just suck each other's butts the whole time.
Literally lick anus for the whole hour. Because I just think you're just a delight, and you're great. And I say this, and look, I'll make it about me.
Okay.
I'll give the narcissistic reason.
We love a narcissist. We all love to stick together.
Well, sometimes you walk into spaces, and they there's this maybe fists up to what I'm about.
Yes.
You always brought me in with a hug, and you got it right away. So, and I think sometimes people see straight guy with a who's loud,
yes,
with an opinion on female kind of topics.
True.
If I'm to gender,
true.
Could be seen as what the fuck does this guy know? And if you were always looking to you understood, I'm not there's maybe I look hateful because I got the eyebrows, and maybe I and I have a voice, or maybe I remind someone of someone they dated before.
I think it's the voice, if I'm being honest. And it takes one to know one, because I am a sweet, sensitive human being. And because I sound gruff and tough, people want to give it to me all the time. And not sexually, meanly.
No, I have this on dating apps right now. I put comedian on my profile on Hinge.
Oh, well, that's the kiss of death, babe.
Mistake.
People are like, oh, you think you're funny? I'll show you fucking funny.
And women get it worse than me. I understand that. Especially women on media. You probably got this when you were in your dating world phase. I sense a certain trying to come for me a little bit. I had a woman just recently. I didn't answer her back or something. I opened the app. Wait,
what's your app of choice?
So I was off the apps for a year.
Okay.
And then I got drunk at my parents' club in Boca.
I love
as one does.
Your content with your parents. I'm obsessed. I want them to adopt me.
They are my parents. Someone just told me a story about them that I had forgotten last. I did the brag. I did the Tonight Show, and they did the first time I did the Tonight Show.
Yes,
brag again.
Brag.
First time I did it, it was at post-COVID-ish. So
okay.
They needed to take. So I called them. I go, someone got COVID and I got to do the Tonight Show.
Honestly, I'll fucking take it.
Are you kidding me?
I am your last minute bitch. You need me? I don't give a. I have no ego about it.
I know, and sometimes I'm would I be more successful if I was I
know.
Not me?
How dare thee?
Right. I know people who do very well who do that road.
Actually,
I don't have the confidence.
The people I know that do the best are so like that.
Right.
A friend of mine. Okay, wait. Quick story.
Go.
How do I say this without giving their identity away? Whatever, fuck it. So there was a situation where there was a green room, and there was a bunch of people in the green room.
Yeah.
And my friend walked into the green room and was like, I don't have a private, well, it was the two of us. We don't have a private green room. And I was like, no. And she was like, I am furious. Yes. And I was like, girl, but you know what?
And they got their own green room.
It fucking works.
Right.
And respect.
You and I are probably
I'm
more
all like, whatever, stick me in the toilet.
Right. Oh, no, this is great.
The cardboard box in the bathroom. I will just live here for the rest of my life.
It's no problem. Oh, they put out a little cat bed. I'll lay on the cat bed.
I'll go in the litter box.
I'll go in the litter box. I'm cool. No, this is so good. I love this. One time they brought me in. I'll name the club, Cobb's in San Francisco. I did. I'm in the green room. It's a big green room. I was like, do you have any grilled chicken? They're like, do you want anything with it? I was like, if you got a salad or something. They brought me a grilled chicken. I can send you the picture. It is like what you would put out for the dog. And I was like,
comedy club food is so. Except you have to just order chicken fingers.
Right. You just can't go off. But anytime I can get grilled chicken, I just go, if you got grilled chicken, I would love it.
You love grilled chicken.
Just to get me by, just so I don't eat every chicken finger that's ever existed in the history of man. So they bring out this chicken. It's and then they literally give me nothing. They just give, literally, it's a sliver of grilled chicken that doesn't look grilled.
It looks like it's from an airplane.
Literally. Mm-hmm. And it had a side of barbecue sauce. And I made a video. I go, look at this sad grilled chicken they gave me. I made fun of it.
Of course.
But I would never be like, get this out of my face.
But there are people who would. They'd be like, this is disgusting.
Do you understand? That video, the next day, the manager of the club was like, I saw your video.
No.
We are so sorry. And I was like,
oh.
I was like, no, it's fine. I swear. I felt so uncomfortable because now I've complained, basically. And they go, we are so sorry. They bring up, and I go, do you want it? They go, do you want it again? We'll do it right this time. I go, honestly, it wasn't so bad. Like I did like the grilled
You're
chicken,
like,
even though it was for a
kind of
dog.
content.
It was content. I made fun of it. I go, but yeah, I'll take a. And they brought up the most beautiful grilled chicken
Woo.
with
They went to
arugula
the
salad,
restaurant
had
next door.
lemon, and then the chef brought it up, and he was like, "Hey, man, I just want to apologize."
Was
I'm
he,
like,
shaking.
he's like,
Lisa.
and I literally looked at him. I was like, "Dude, I am so sorry. I didn't mean to get you in trouble or anything."
Dude.
He's like, "No, I needed this. I needed this talk. I needed to get my game up." And I was like, "Oh my god!"
literally will have trolls come for me in the DMs. I screenshot their shit. I redact it all because I'm a kind person.
Yeah.
And they will still come for me being like, this is an invasion of privacy. And I feel bad. And I'm like, you just called me a twat monkey or whatever.
I don't put out names and I don't feel bad.
But like that, I could put your fucking name out if I wanted to.
I had a woman, she kept messaging me. I just want to, she was like, your mom knows my mom. Your mom knows my mom. I just want to say hi.
Your mom knows my mom.
My mom knows everyone. My mom is one of those people. She like people are like they know her for years, and she's like, "What's your name?" Like she just like walks in a room. She's like Fran Drescher. She's like sitcom level. Like what stinks in here? That's how she'd walk into a room. So like it's not a surprise that someone would be like, "My mom knows your mom." Like I don't know what level of that. So then then she goes, "I just want to say hi." She kept saying that.
Okay.
So I posted. I was like, see,
was she
like
in the audience?
it was a DM, and I'm like,
oh, she kept saying the same thing.
Right, and I was like, I think this person like is looking to like date, and I'm like, and I screenshot and I was like, see how hard it is to get like DMs, like this is water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, this person's DMing me from God knows where. I can't see their profile. They're talking about my mom. Like, I understand that they think that we should get in touch. And I posted their screenshot, and then they wrote back. They're like, I don't want to date you. I'm like, okay, sure.
Wait.
You just wanted to say hi?
So going back to the girl in the dating app.
Girl in the dating app just messaged. So
you said comedian, so.
I didn't. So I opened the apps like, when you open your app, you do the dance around the apps. When you open one app, you open five. No, I'm talking about like Twitter.
Yes. Is that your dating app?
No, Twitter. That's what I go on. Big tit app. Huge areolas on Twitter. So I open, when you open up Instagram, you're going to open them all. So you open up Instagram, Facebook, email, TikTok, whatever it is.
Weather.
So you do, right. You go on the dance, your Delta app to look at your miles that haven't changed.
I look at my bank account and cry.
Right. You do a little tear, shed a tear for the bank account. So then so now Hinge, when I've gone back to my old ways, like it's entered into the, I had a name for it, like the merry-go-round of apps that I open up.
The Ferris wheel.
The Ferris wheel, so to speak. So then Hinge kind of enters into that once you're single and have gone on the app. It's one of the apps you open. So I opened the app, but this person had messaged me and I didn't get back to them. But you can see that the person last been on the app. You can see those things.
Oh, damn.
So they wrote me back like a day after that we were messaging, and then I left the conversation. They go, "Oh, your communication style is as shitty as your comedy." And I'm like, my God.
First of all, erroneous on all accounts. You're hilarious.
Right. Well, it's
Second of all, that's kind of like I hate when they get me to laugh. When they're mean to me and then I laugh.
I didn't laugh. I was like, what a piece of shit. Like, we're here to have fun.
That's a burn.
Also, like, if you're turned off, you're never going to, and the thing is, we talked about, like, I give dating advice.
Yes.
I am not an expert.
Right.
When I speak about dating,
from experience,
my own emotional state.
Yes.
I have learned you will never teach me on a dating app.
Correct.
You're never going to make me a better person via this version of communication.
This is not the platform.
You're not going to win.
No.
You're never going to win. And I'm saying that as me. If you want me to text you better, you are never going to. If you're wondering, like, and I see this from dating experts, so to speak. They're like, and it's always women who are like, that they're showcasing these people that are saying like, why aren't you texting me back? Or like they'll like question the person on their profile. Your age says this, but you said it's that, and why can't you change it? They're
why
like,
the CIA? Why the interrogation?
It's just like you don't like them.
Right.
Move on.
Well, I mean, isn't that true for all social media? Like the way people troll me, it's like, go away. You're not liking it here.
Right. You can opt out.
I don't engage with things that upset me.
I know. And that's the thing. If it upsets you, it's okay to be like, I'm turned off. That's the problem. And I think a lot of women deal with this because I hear from a lot of women where it's like, what's okay? When am I being too picky? When am I being too much? When am I being the person that is undeserving of taste. You are always deserving of taste. It is okay. You know, and Jordana Abraham, my co-host on
Yes.
You Up, she says,
Yes.
she's put it perfectly. She's like, dating's economics. There's a point where you are like, I can take this or I can't take this. You know, there's a point where you're 38 and you go, well, I guess I will deal with things I didn't like at 28.
Well, true.
It's a moving scale.
Do you have a type? What is your type? Because I will say this. After we just spent the weekend together at Hannah Berner and Dez's in the Hamptons.
More thankful.
We had so much fun.
So much fun. Good group that didn't really know each other well enough to like stay together, but brought together through the Bishop Burner connection. It was great.
So Dez, I just had him on the podcast, and he was saying that you are social glue. You are human glue.
I appreciate
Elmer's
that.
is your new nickname.
Listen, I actually, that's quite a compliment because I'm never sure. I like to think I'm self-aware, but sometimes I get in my head. You know, I think we all do, especially when you put up yourself publicly.
Mrs. Spiral.
Right.
But
like,
you know
what do people think of me? Was
that stupid that I said? Did I just insult them?
Right.
I don't even need people to like me. I just need people to not be mad at me.
Right. Well, I just want someone to be like to hear that I was a person that could help the group solidify. That makes me very happy.
But I will say this: I am a spiraler. I didn't spiral once with our group.
No, good group. It was
really
fun.
Good group. What was it? Because that is some special magic right there.
Two things. Everyone there was a good talker.
True.
You know, you're a great talker. I'm a great talker.
Great.
Hannah, Des, all great talkers.
Haley's also a great talker.
Haley, great talker. Dave. Everyone could talk.
Kara.
Everyone could talk. It was great.
It's true.
Also, I will say I never met Taylor.
My Taylor.
Taylor, too.
Thank you for that.
And I don't say that to besmirch Taylor.
You're not saying she's like
less
second to me. No. She honestly should be called Taylor 1.
Well, you have, I wouldn't say that, but I would say.
We'll call her Tall Taylor.
Tall Taylor.
Nice to me.
Well, this was the first time I was like, oh, you can fall in love regardless of sexuality. I actually, and Des and I had a talk about it.
I know.
Dave, we were talking about like just how we were all just entranced by Taylor too.
Isn't it insane?
She's just a great spirit.
I'm in it, and I've been in it for almost a decade. So, and I love her so much. I mean, we got in a fight today, but like we made up. But
she's just a fantastic hang.
She's beautiful,
all the stuff. She just was like.
She's a very calming presence, and that sounds woo-woo. And usually, I don't like people like that, but I can't. She always says, like, I think I was a healer in a former life, which also sounds obnoxious.
I never saw that coming from her. It's a good thing she didn't say that. That would have taken away from her good reputation.
I'll just make sure to remind everybody who's falling in love with her. Right. She says that she's a healer in a former life.
That's all. Yeah,
run
back
away.
Off. Well, then I always had known your story, but like when you meet Taylor, you get the story.
Thank you.
I think that's the. It is beautiful. I think that's very nice.
My mom said to me, like after she was like got over the fact that she was in shock, she was like, "Of course you fell in love with Taylor Donahue. You can't meet her and not fall in love with her."
Right. And listen.
Are you trying to steal my fucking wife from me?
I'm not trying to steal your girlfriend, your wife.
I'll get you.
No, I just enjoyed her, all of us. And it was funny to hear like Des put it into words, and then I was like, totally, you nailed it. Totally right. But no, great. And you know what the other thing about the group was? Here's the thing, beyond Hannah and Des being nice hosts.
Yes.
But Hampton's people, for whatever you want to say, they love having people at their homes.
That's true.
So that is like kind of part of the culture out there. There's not a lot of hotels.
You're right.
And I've stayed with people in the Hamptons before, and I was like, I don't want to stay in someone else's house. Fuck that.
Right.
And then you get there and you realize, no, this is kind of like what they do as a group of people. And if you're from any other part of the country and you've never been out there, I can understand where you're like, I don't get it. It's tough to understand until you see it and you go, oh, they know where to put the towels so you don't have to ask for them. They don't treat you like you're like in their way. I come from a family. We talk about my mom. My mom would have people over and make them feel bad for coming over. Like make their life a living hell for the party that she invited them to. Take your shoes off. What do? You just put your plate anywhere? It would be like a whole thing. It was, and I think this is like trauma. Like I have from my childhood, like the idea, like when I was at their house, at Hannah and Des' house, I'm like I have my mom in my head. You just leave your plate out. You don't clean up the goggles. You don't clean up the tennis court. How could you not? The shower had your pubic hair in it. Like that would be my mom the whole time.
How'd you get your pubes in the shower head?
Listen, sometimes I do a puff. Like
Wait, TMI?
Sure.
So when I was texting you to have you on the podcast, I was going poop because that's where I do my best work.
I do too.
Okay. And I accidentally must have hit something where it started to record.
Oh no.
And it was a ploppy one.
That's
and I was
hilarious.
this close to sending you the audio, obviously by mistake.
We're living in a new world, the new technology every day.
What would you have done?
At some point, we all become our mom putting a name, searching a name in the status update. At some point, we all become our mom who's like
Literally.
searching our new girlfriend in the status update. And it's just, that's their status. Remember when that was a thing?
That was a terrifying
When
thing.
it was just, you'd
For
see
parents.
people that just wrote like Ashley Eisenstein.
Oh my
And
God.
then you'd be like, that person was searching for that person.
My mom, I remember one day, this is when my mom was like not great about me and Tay. And Tay was like, oh, your mom followed me on Instagram. And I'm like, she doesn't follow me on Instagram.
I
And
was dating,
2 seconds later, she was no longer following her.
Yeah, I was dating a girl recently, and they were like, "Your dad just looked at my LinkedIn."
I'm dead.
And I was like, "Oh, yeah, he's out there." And you're like, "My dad."
They're so not stealth.
No, they
God,
are
they're
bulls in a
such
china shop.
They're literally like they're such a tell, you know?
It's crazy. Yeah.
Wait, speaking of parents. So wait, first of all, what would you have done if I sent you me shitting audio?
I would have laughed. Laugh reaction. And then I would, the thing is, you would have opened the floodgates. Like I would have had like any fart would have been sent your way.
So, what was I saying? Oh, parents on social media. I just saw a clip. It was from J-Train podcast. And it was this girl that said that her boyfriend follows this really hot model / golfer. Is she a golfer or model or model or golfer?
Both ways.
Okay, she's both.
At this point, everyone's just whatever they say they are, and I just agree with it.
So I was telling Tay the story before we came, and she was like, oh yeah, I know who her name is Paige something.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing on social media, perv?
This is the thing, is it used to be a magazine underneath your bed.
Correct.
It used to be the Victoria's Secret catalog.
You got it.
And it used to be Maxim magazine, and then now we've consolidated. We've taken every magazine now, social media is every magazine put together.
Yes.
So it's People magazine, it's your town magazine, it's the newspaper from your town.
Yep.
It's your porn.
Yes.
It's your sports. It's all in one.
Everything.
It's one feed. So Instagram, you have put together an Instagram feed that is news, entertainment, and personal.
It's true.
So it's all those things. So when they're all mixed and all out in the open, on my podcast, this woman was like, she goes to check out this chick that her husband really is into.
Which is annoying, but she's there for the husband. She's like, what are you doing over here?
Right. And then her dad is commenting underneath and that shows up because you follow your dad and he's like looking good, would love a golf lesson with you with like heart emojis.
I literally
and golf
screenshotted it. I screenshotted it.
It's wild.
Wait, this is what he said. He said, okay, you redacted his handle, which is funny. So heart emoji, fire emoji, heart emoji, fire emoji, I heart emoji, another heart emoji. Wow, I need a lesson for Christmas. 3 golf emojis.
It's such a dad comment.
Oh, it's so crazy.
Like a lesson. What are you going to do with that lesson? Like, and it's like, I guess, the game we played was like, would you say something?
To your parent.
Yeah, do you acknowledge it to your dad? Do you
tattle to your mom?
Right.
What would you do?
I'd make fun of it. I always, humor instead of vulnerability.
Yep.
I turn every argument into a joke. I'm going to joke about something that makes me feel uncomfortable.
Totally.
I'd be like, what are you doing here, old man? What do you think? She's going to give you a lesson for free. Was this what's going to happen? You two are going to run away.
What would I do? I mean, I feel like I wouldn't tattle because I wouldn't want to piss my mom off.
So uncomfortable.
And I feel like I think I would say something to him. I really don't know what I would do.
Because it's also like
I would call him and yell at him and be like, delete that. I'm a public figure. So embarrassing. Like he always talks to his patients. He's an eye surgeon.
Yeah.
He talks to his patients about my show. And I'm like, stop
Right.
talking about my show to your patients.
I mean, my parents are out there. They're like PR agents.
Oh my God.
The West Hampton show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's why we were all together. Well, we were together for the weekend, but you also came because you had a show. And Hannah opened?
Hannah opened.
Because she was getting ready for Fallon.
That's right. She was opening. So she was like, I got this Tonight Show set. I was like, go out there.
Yeah.
Go
Work
and do the set. It's a great audience. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's also like
She must have killed.
She killed. It was awesome. Everything was great. It couldn't have been more perfect. She goes out, kills, and then I did my thing. And then, I do like a VIP.
Yeah, a meet and greet.
A meet and greet.
Before or after?
It's before.
Smart. After's bad because everybody is so drunk.
Oh my God.
And also when you do it before, there's like a definitive end. The show is starting.
Right. Well,
after gets really dangerous.
Here's the thing about the VIP has been very embarrassing for me.
Why?
Because
your mom shows up?
Because there's like 2 people at every show. There's 2 people, and they're like, what are we doing here? And I'm like, have a drink. I'll do anything for you. Please. I'll go down on you. Just please be happy that you did this purchase. And Hannah, before the thing, she's like, Hannah's like, I cut it at 75 people. I'm like, I have 3 people. And the thing is, like, the show sold out in West Hampton. I'm not upset. The only reason I did it is because these theaters are very bad at taking pictures.
Yes.
So when I was in Atlanta, they were like, you could take a picture. I was like, anyone who wants a picture, come. And it's a theater. But they were like, you could do it in the parking lot. Now we're in the parking lot. I'm next to a dumpster. There's like another concert that got out that was like this Christian pop star. The whole audience is yelling at us going, take Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. And it's reverberating off of the parking lot. We can't hear ourselves. We're like, what is going on here? And at that point, I was like, I need to make it a paid thing because I need someone to take ownership of it so that it's done professionally. I don't want to have 100 people in line,
no willy-nilly bullshit. Yes.
Right. So
100 people.
So I started, so now I've gone from 100 people after the show who were like, yeah, I'll take a picture, to like 2 people. And in West Hampton, I go to do it before. There's like, we have 8 VIPs.
Amazing.
Great.
We're going
5
up.
people show up. I take pictures with all of them. They're like, there's 3 left. Then they ask you, they go, if they come, will you still do it? Because I have the right to say they weren't here on time.
We would do that on tour with Stassi. People would be late and they'd be like, please, 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 please. And we'd like leave the dressing room. Well, not we, but she would leave the dressing room and go take pictures and stuff.
Again, this is one of those things. Of course, I'm going to take and I always say, when they show, they show.
Right.
So then I go in the green room and they come back and they go, hey, the 3 people are here. I come out and I'm like, you do have to put on a little bit of a performance when you do these VIP because this is their first time meeting. They don't know what to do, but also they don't know what to do. I know, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Jared. What's your name? I got to lead this. I understand that's my responsibility as the person. It's your TED Talk. That's right. So I go, hey, so I come out as I'm walking out. I'm like joking. I go, I don't normally do this, but for you. And I take a turn and it's 3 older Jews. And they are the least excited to see me. They are like, what are we doing here? It's 2 women and a guy.
How'd they even get there?
I go, hey, welcome to the VIP.
Because your audience is like young girls.
Women, especially for the VIP.
Women, yes.
So I go... They're like, and they immediately they just go, your mom said she would buy us tickets. She never bought them. We got lucky that we could get in today. They put us in 3. They go into it. And I go, my mom said, they go, we were in Boca. She come up to our tables. The Benson said that she was going to buy us a ticket. And I'm like getting so angry at my mom as I'm trying to like be nice to these people. And I go, well, that's what she does here. Let's take a picture. They go, why would we want a picture?
No.
They don't even know what they have.
They're so lost.
I give a keychain out to everyone who does a VIP and I go to give it to them. They go, what's this? I go, please just take it. Please. I give this out to the people who want it. I don't know what to do with you people.
Throw it in the garbage. Right. I don't care. Just take it from my hand.
I give it to the dad, the man who looks like my dad, and he goes, she got one already. He doesn't even take. I go, just take the fucking toy that I give out. And
doing meet and greet with Larry David.
This was like, so I'm so angry.
And you're all like unnerved now before you have to go perform.
They're like, we're sitting front row. I was like, good, the miserables are sitting right in the front to grimace at me the whole show.
And so did they?
They were great, actually.
Did they laugh?
They laughed. They
Thank
were good.
God. I hate that shit. People in the audience, You don't realize it, but you have an active, really important role.
No, just be fun, have an
Just
enjoyable
smile,
time.
at least.
Right, like, this isn't higher math. Like I'm not gonna like take you to another place. You're gonna laugh at relatable shit. I go into the back of the green room. I call my mom. I call my dad to complain to him. He puts me on speaker. It's my mom and dad in the car. I go, did you
wait?
tell?
Did you call just to talk shit about your mom to your dad?
I called to
Or
be
do you
like,
know?
Because I was gonna. My dad would be a better, listener of the story.
Yes.
So he puts me on speak, and he would be able to like say, "Oh, that's crazy."
Correct.
My mom would get defensive, which is what happened. I call, he puts me on speaker. I go, "Did you tell these people you're going to buy them tickets, and then you didn't?" And she goes, "I told them that if they wanted to come." I go, "Whatever your explanation is, do you understand what you just put me through before the show? Like, I can't even believe."
Like, I have a job to do, and this, like, it can get in your fucking head.
Sometimes I look around and I'm like, are there hidden cameras on me? Like, one time I was in Boca, I had a beard. I grew a beard. I don't care. Sometimes I grow a beard. It wasn't a big deal.
Right.
My mom hated the beard.
Oh
Shave the beard, shave the beard, shave the beard. We go to their country club. We go like to eat dinner. There are these two people that are like wildly hammered. And I'm like, look how drunk they, and we know them. They're like fans of mine, but I'm like kind of ducking. Like they're fans and friends. Like they like my stuff.
Right.
My mom, at some point in the dinner, just walks over to them, brings them over.
No, not about you.
And they're hammered and they're in my face going, "You gotta shave the beard. You got a good face. You gotta shave the beard." I was like, did you bring them over as your like attack dogs? And she's laughing hysterically. And I'm looking at the rest of the table. These are all my parents' friends. I go, why would she do this to me? This guy's on my lap, touching my beard hair,
Pulling
going,
at it.
"Why would you do this to your face?"
Oh my God. I grew up with a mom that actually, she was strict.
Yeah.
And she accused me one time. I had my ex-boyfriend's, like at the time, my boyfriend, he had like cargo pants on because whatever. And his weed bowl fell out in the car. So when she went to move the car the next day, I was probably like 17. She was like, and obviously weed was not legal then. She moved my car, came into my room. She was like, "So I moved your car," and I'm like, "Yeah," and because I didn't know it fell out.
Right.
And she's like, "I found your crack pipe." And I'm like,
such a mom thing to make it even worse.
And she's like,
than
"I'm
it
going to call
is.
the police on you." And I was like, "I am applying to college.
Right.
Please do not."
Right.
So anyway, she might as well. I didn't get in fucking anywhere, but
What a it's like she's trying to mess with your brain. To create like a
the drama.
right. Well, that's like what parents don't understand is like that manifests into like a trauma.
Totally.
Because now you like live in fear of the police.
Literally.
Weirdly, you're like where she knows she's not going to call the police. She's just trying to fuck with you to get you to learn a lesson. And you're like, well, this lives with me. I live in fear. And my mom used to, instead of taking out my garbage in my room, she would go through it with her hands. And I would go,
my mom does that.
Really?
I swear to God.
And then she would question me on the garbage.
Mine too.
Now, in my adult phase, I'm throw things away, I'm like, who will know about this? It's like, who will know about
you just burned all your garbage
Kleenex
into the
that
thing?
You blew your nose into? Yeah.
Oh my God. My mom did the same thing.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this. Like we were home recently, like within the last 6 months, and my mom was talking to us about something and she was standing over the garbage going through it. And I said, "Mom, you are going through the garbage." And she said, "I am." It's like subconscious.
It's crazy.
And I said to her, "You are sick." I said, "You did this to us growing up, and you're like a dumpster diver now in your own home." We're adults. There's nothing to find.
No one should be questioned on their garbage. It is like actually crazy. It makes me so angry.
Like, do they work for the paparazzi? Are they paparazzi?
Right. Like what's
do they work
what's
for
the
the
end
Daily
game here?
Mail?
Yeah, I ate a popsicle last night.
But she did find my shit, actually. She found my birth control inside. You know, like those North Face jackets? It was like the shell and then like the fleece and you zip it in. So I was like, I know. I'll hide my birth control in the inside pocket of like the fleece. She'll never find it.
You didn't want her knowing you were on birth control.
No, she didn't even know I was dating, because then I would have to say I was dating somebody.
Right.
So she didn't even know I was dating this guy. It was a whole secret relationship.
It is hard to be a parent now that I think about it. Like I know we're talking shit, but like think about that.
No, there's
like,
things. No, she said, "I found this birth control," and I said, "It's my friend Brittany's." Brittany is like
the whore.
Brittany the whore. Brittany's mom was like so cool. Like I would go over to Brittany's and her mom would hold a cigarette so I could smoke it so my hands wouldn't smell. Brittany's mom was down. So I could blame Brittany because she could never get in
Brittany's mom
trouble.
is now in rehab. But it is a fine line between like, I want you to be on birth control and I don't want to like push you to like
no, Jared,
have
I said
sex with everyone in the town.
I said, that's Brittany's. And she said, well, I'm throwing in the garbage because Brittany shouldn't be having sex.
What?
So she threw my birth control. I had to go back to Planned Parenthood and pay money.
Doesn't that mess with your body?
Do you know
like,
where I used to park when I went to Planned Parenthood? Like in the fucking marsh. I like drove into a river. My mom. So my point is, my mom, very strict. And now that we're talking about it, a lot of trauma. But she never is critical, like of like things that I do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I have friends who's like, their moms pick at their clothes, the way they do their hair, their fucking dishware.
Oh, I mean, like,
and I never had that.
Everything I wear, you look sloppy.
Everything?
Well, it's nonstop.
My dad did wrestle me to the ground every Easter over white tights.
My white tights.
He was obsessed. Put on the tights. I'm like, I don't want to wear, I'm fucking 16.
He has a vision of what his Easter looks like. That's very Clark Griswold of him.
It was the only holiday we spent with his family.
Right.
That was it, 100%.
My dad, he goes, how's your weight? That was his question to me. And I go, fine. Like, I don't know what to say to that. Like, I don't know. And he goes, great? I don't think it's great.
Oh
and I go,
God.
You said great. I go, why are you putting words? I said, fine. I'm fine. I wouldn't say great.
You have a question?
Yeah.
So when you end up married,
yes,
will they reserve this kind of criticism for your wife as well? Or is it just special
My
to you?
brother just got married.
Okay.
And witnessing my mom with another woman is like very interesting. Like, It's just like, because my mom loves her. We all love her. Love her family.
Amazing.
Like, I would say jackpot of a person and family, and it's the whole, everyone would, but even my mom like can't even, she has to like find things. Like
short circuit.
My brother, there was a point, my brother went on his honeymoon and my mom like, it wasn't the honeymoon she would have taken. So she's like not being a fun texter about it. And you're like, I can tell. This is not.
She needs something to pick,
right? And she needed to let everyone know she wasn't her fun stuff. My mom is fun. Like my parents are fun.
They seem fun.
They're great.
Really, like when you guys like go out and stuff, they seem like a good time. They're down to have a good time. I talk a lot
of shit, but I like being around them.
Yes.
So, but it is funny. Like when she's not being fun, you're like, oh, you have an issue that is beyond my even comprehension. Because they went to Africa, they did safari, and then they went to Seychelles and sat at the beach.
So that's kind of one of my dream vacations, actually.
It was
what a great.
All the pictures were great.
Where'd your mom want them to go?
Well, I think when they were on safari, it wasn't like it was like my mom's like. It was funny when they got to the beach. My mom was like, "Oh, this is beautiful!" Like she's back to normal. And I'm like, and I texted to the group chat. I was just like, "Finally, you're on the honeymoon of our mom's dreams." And my brother even said, he's like, "I think it's weird." She's like, she's nitpicking at the safari. She doesn't. And I'm like, yeah, it seems as though she doesn't agree.
She needs something.
Like if I went on a honeymoon, I'd probably take a honeymoon that my mom would like more.
Which would be where?
I'd probably do to me, like a cruise in Greece.
Right.
I would want to see like on a small boat. Like that'd be a fun honeymoon.
Yes.
I don't want to be on safari. I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m.
I get that.
My brother said they were in the on safari for like hours to get one picture of them going across a river. I saw his picture. I'm done. I've seen it now.
Yeah, you did safari.
I did safari.
How was safari? Amazing?
It was great.
It was great.
I saw the video that took them 15 hours to get. Like, I'm okay with a different type of thing.
Yes.
But it is just so funny so I do think, I've been in relationships where my mom was difficult about the person, and it was so difficult. I hated it. I hated the feeling of, because I like hanging out, and honestly, I'm lazy. Like, I just want easy.
Of course.
I want everyone to get along. Like,
yes.
I don't like fights. I don't like arguments. I don't even, like, when someone's mad at me, I'm like, just tell me what the fuck to do.
I will do whatever it takes to get you unmad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think we're very similar in that space, because it's just like, I don't want it. Like, okay, just tell me what it is and we'll reverse. I don't care. I don't care about anything.
Right.
I care about stupid things. I care about more ice in my coffee. I don't like when there's a lot of ice. If there's like 2 cubes, I would be angry about that. Yeah.
Wait, but would you vocalize that, or would you internalize it?
I would chug it and then go, can I get more ice? Do you mind?
So wait, so your mom, for the record, your mom is not a Karen. Although in your comedy special,
I think everyone's a Karen.
well,
I
we
think
can all be Karens, but your mom is
right.
not an actual Karen.
No.
It's different. I want to say that there is a difference between complaining and Karening.
Right.
Karening is like punishing people and wanting to get people fired.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd get any.
And your mom's just like bitching to bitch.
Right. Well, you know, like I wouldn't want to take her order at a Starbucks, my mom, because it would be like.
You don't want to
very
take my order at Starbucks.
No, I don't want to. That's a different type of difficult.
My order at Starbucks is
What is it?
a grande iced soy latte, but now I would switch to oat because, like, hello, it's 2024.
I don't know. I don't even know the difference.
Fine,
okay?
I'll change it. A grande iced soy latte. Oh, and I see it's so ingrained. And fine, a grande iced oat milk latte in a venti cup with extra ice.
I love that. I love how difficult that is. I mean, here's
And
my
they nail
order.
it every time.
I had to switch my order because no one could get it. I would get a Americano,
Okay.
short on water, little
I'm
bit of
lost.
vanilla.
Damn.
An Americano is like espresso with water.
Yes.
So but they fill the water all the way to the top. I just want like
Equal parts?
espresso with like a little bit of water. I want
Okay.
like a weakened espresso
Got it.
with some vanilla.
Nice.
That would be my order. And then I do, but now I've just been like, give me an iced espresso because
Yeah.
we can never work out the water.
It's because you love, what's her name? You love espresso. What is her name? The joke, I ruined the joke. If you can't remember the name, the joke is ruined.
Espresso, what?
Thinking about her, thinking about Sabrina Carpenter.
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter. She is beautiful.
Cute, right? What's your
She's-
type?
I like a curvy woman.
Uh-huh.
I like.
When we say curvy, give me a celebrity. Because I feel like
it's tough
when
to
men say curvy, it's different than when girls interpret
Well,
curvy.
but that's the thing. I look at Ashley Graham and I'm like, that is like
Okay.
unbelievable.
Okay.
You know,
then
you
yes,
go
then you're legit. You're like my wife. She likes a curvy lady.
right. Taylor and I have the same taste. No, you know what I'm coming to terms with is like my type is like woman who would go on Ozempic.
Yeah.
You know, right. I think you're probably my type.
But wait, do you like her after she's been on Ozempic?
I wouldn't care. It doesn't matter to me. Like it's
nice.
like, to me, Ozempic, like my dad's on it, and he offered me a week of his recently, which was very insulting. Like I don't think people should be offered Ozempic. I think you have to opt in. Like that's not like
First of all,
something you go
medically speaking.
Hey, any Ozempic,
you
everyone
really
to anyone.
Can't do that.
Right? Yeah, I don't think this is allowed. I don't think.
That is wow. How passive aggressive.
Oh, my mom and him, they were like two high school drug dealers. My mom was like, come on, do it. It was crazy. This was, do it.
You're not cool. You can't come to the party. if you
Right.
don't
Come on,
take
pussy. It was crazy. The conversation, I was literally like, it was like, and they said this as I was, there's times, I don't even think there's a time to bring this up, but this is what my whole show is about.
Okay.
I've been
37 and single.
37 and single.
So good. Check it out. It's on
Thank
Netflix.
you. But
I'm sorry. Where is it?
Netflix.
Netflix. I thought so.
It's on Netflix, but I have a new hour that I'm touring.
Okay.
And it's an hour story about going to the beach with my parents.
So the whole special is about this one story.
This one story.
That's fucking awesome.
It's a lot of fun.
That is so brilliant.
It started as a 2-minute story, and then I just keep growing it because I was like, I got to introduce my dad. I got to introduce our family dynamic.
Right.
I'm a millennial. My parents are boomers. There's like, I'm still on the family plan. Like I talk about that.
Insurance?
Life. No, the phone.
I was like, that cuts off at 27.
No, I don't even
finagled that one.
No,
I
I don't
went
even
on.
know what a cell phone bill looks like. And it's something I use every 5 seconds.
Literally.
So these are all like topics that like were important to me that are not important. And,
Right.
and I think something in stand-up that gets lost is everyone's looking for like tragedy porn. Like, and that's why I loved what Hannah was doing. Hannah's having fun on stage.
So much fun.
Talking about
Wait, can we talk? How good is her fucking special?
She's great. She's so funny.
I cried at the end, like out of just pride for my friend.
Right.
So, you always go into these things a little nervous, or at least I do, because I'm like, it's your friend, you want them to do great, but like, what if they don't? What if they suck? What are you going to do? And she was so fucking she was so comfortable and funny to watch. And same with you, let me add.
it's fantastic.
It's so fun to watch you guys.
I think it's hard in this day and age, what you're told a lot, like what the specials that you see are like 7 minutes of crying, and it's like, I don't know, my life isn't tragic. My life is pretty great,
right.
And I'm okay with that. And I think a lot of people, that are similar to how I grew up, how you grew up, they're like embarrassed of this like
Yes.
This suburban childhood.
Like where somehow we did something wrong.
Right.
Because we grew up, with privilege.
There's guilt. Yeah.
There's guilt.
And it's like
there's guilt privilege.
Right.
Privilege guilt?
Privilege guilt or whatever. But it's like, this is what it is. And the only people that seem to like be bearing this are like people in the arts, so to speak, you know, like that are like out there talking in our personalities, especially stand-up. Like I had someone message me, they're like, I feel like you're the only comedian that doesn't have like, you know, this horrific tale. And I'm like, I don't. And there's a lot of people out there searching for this horrific tale that doesn't exist.
Yes.
And that gets frustrating because it's a lie. It's a lie.
Well, it's trauma yard sticking.
Right.
Yes.
And I remember going to open mics and someone was like, you know, they're like complaining about how hard it is. And then their next joke was about how they took an Uber to the open mic. And I'm like, oh, yeah, you just outed yourself. Yeah. You're doing okay. You got an Uber and you paid for $15 to get here when someone else had to take the subway for $2.99, you know, whatever it was for $80 for the month. You know, so I take a lot of like pleasure in watching people with their parents at the show watch it and go, that's my relationship with my parents.
Yes.
That you're describing the angst I have with my mom and dad, a weird relationship that our parents and our grandparents didn't really have.
Right.
Our parents didn't get to Florida and then go to the payphone to call our grandparents to be like, we landed. That didn't happen. And I'm 39 texting landed
lot more
to my parents.
Yes,
so it's
independent.
Like, we're weirdly connected in a way we didn't see.
We're on the team forever.
There it is. So
there it is.
So the whole dynamic that I'm describing in this story is like highly relatable to anyone of any to a large background of people that, you know, isn't really being spoken about because they're like, well, are you bragging? Well, if you do it well, you're not bragging. I'm just talking about my life.
Right.
You know? So I think the fear is that like, oh, you're on the family plan. Like I'd say I'm on the family plan at 39 and the crowd, no one like cheers. People look at me like their eyes widen. And I'm like, and I always say the same thing. I go, fuck all of you.
Right.
You're all on the family plan. You
Yes.
don't want to admit it because you're worried that someone next to you will look at you and go, look how easy your life is. And now you can't complain. And it's like, all we want is to be able to complain. So that's why people don't admit to these things.
Everybody's cuts hurt.
Right.
Your cuts are allowed to hurt. My cuts are allowed to hurt. It's okay.
Right. And this happened during the pandemic.
It did.
During the pandemic, if any complaint wasn't about COVID or a grandma dying, you were somehow not acknowledging that a grandma had died.
Yes.
And this is an internet thing. You know, the internet lives and breathes on whoever is everyone tries to take moral high ground.
Yes.
So if you say, man, this flight got delayed, they're like, well, children are dying. And you're like, I guess I can't beat that.
Yeah.
But so it's an internet thing.
Here's the thing. If your flight's delayed and then there's a child next to you, literally at the airport, that's not eating. Okay?
Right.
Let's say.
Starving
hypothetically.
child.
You're like, there's proximity. You're not going to be like, hey, my flight's delayed.
Right.
You're hungry. We're the same.
But we all know this. Sometimes I feel like we're explaining things to people who know. While there's like a very small segment of society that are these people, but we have to listen to them because
of social media.
Well, you just can't. What are you going to say? I don't care about starving children.
Right.
You can't say that out loud.
Well, now you went and brought up starving children.
Right. There. Good podcast, Jared. So yeah, I'm proud of the work that's going out there. And that's what I do. I've never been anyone else but that.
Right.
I complain about stupid things.
Which we love.
I was just on a dating app and someone was like, I was messaging with them and they were like, it got me so angry. They were like, they go, oh, I don't live. I was talking with them for a little bit and then they go, oh, I live on Long Island. I don't live in the city, but I'm in the city all the time. Are you out of your fucking mind?
You said that's not what I wanted on this app.
We matched, and I thought you lived in New York City. It says it in your profile. You hood fished me. So now they're like, no, I'm an hour away in Massapequa or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, and it's like, I was so annoyed because like they've got me. Like now I'm the snobby one who doesn't want to date a Long Island suburbanite.
Manhattanite.
Right.
Yeah, good.
I am.
Yeah, you live in the West Village.
That's right.
Yeah, you do. That's
Well, let's just
real estate.
admit, and women on these apps, men too, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm in the city all the time.
Yeah.
Is not enough.
No.
I'm in the city all the time. No. We're on 2 different first dates.
Correct.
You took a train and switched over in Jamaica to get to this date and are looking at a train schedule for when you can get home.
Correct.
And if you miss it, you got to sleep at a friend of a friend's apartment.
Correct.
On their ottoman.
That's a lot of weight on a first date.
Right. I sauntered over here from 10 minutes away, and I'm going to go home after this and eat a whole Chinese dinner to myself.
Listen,
I'm okay with this not working out. We are on 2 different dates.
Yes, you live in the suburbs.
Date a suburban dude.
Exactly.
What's wrong with him? He tucks his polo into his underwear. He was divorced.
I actually was married to him. He's my husband.
There it is.
Have fun.
Lives
He's a great
in a condo,
guy.
split down the middle, 2 front doors.
No, but even now, I'm in Jersey City, and guess what? Tay and I, we are on an 11 o'clock p.m. curfew because the Holland fucking tunnel shuts down Monday through Friday at 11 p.m.
But that's
it's different. Our city friends were no longer the same.
Right. You can't have it all. That's
you can't.
That's the
takeaway.
That's the takeaway. Like when my mom was like, I remember my mom can't understand that. Like I moved, I got this apartment in the West Village. It's a shoebox. It's like whatever, but I love the area.
That's what you get in the West Village.
That's what you get.
Yeah.
My mom, I go, okay, I found a place. She goes, does it have a parking spot? I was like, we aren't even speaking the same language.
Parking spot?
Parking spot? Yeah, it's next to the butler's pantry. What are you talking about? Does it have a parking spot? I was like, am I talking to an alien? Do we even know each other?
Have you even been to New York City?
No, my parents hate New York City.
Oh my God, that's so funny. When my mom came to visit me, so I worked at Sirius at the time. Mm-hmm. That's the only time she came to visit. No, it was like one of the first times.
I will only come with a security at the front desk that I can check in with. It has to be a real job. Yeah.
So we go to check in. It's Fort fucking Knox at Sirius, okay? Like you have to go through like airport security. It was like fucking TSA there. And they're like ID to her. And she's like, I left my wallet at home. And they were like, what? And I'm like, Mom, why? And she was like, I didn't want to get robbed.
That's hilarious.
I was like, Mom, you let me live here? I go to work at 4:30 in the morning and you're not bringing your wallet?
Hold on. I have so much fun. Parents? I have so much fun with you that the story that I tried to tell in minute 2, I'm now being reminded of it.
What?
I did the Tonight Show the first time.
Yes.
My parents, it was like COVID happened.
Yes.
And then it's like kind of ending.
Right.
So they go, you're going to do the Tonight Show tomorrow. They go, this guy got COVID, you're in. I call my parents, I go, come on, get to New York.
Come.
It's happening. They go, we're coming. I go, all you got to do, just go get tested and go to the local testing places. You got to bring, and you got to email me the test to let me know that you've come up negative.
Right.
My dad goes, we'll watch on TV. So then I get asked to do the Tonight Show again. So then they're like, we're coming. I go, get your flights. It's happening tomorrow. They get the flight. They're going to fly in Wednesday morning and leave Wednesday night. They're going to come in for the taping. This is how they travel.
Why?
They brought no luggage. They got off the plane, came to me, went to the taping, literally walked out the door, went back to the airport. Last night I was reminded of this story. They have you do a rehearsal at the Tonight Show.
Uh-huh.
And the rehearsal is really awkward because it's like in front of like the camera guys and there's no audience. But it's really helpful because you're like, I got to just say these words. You know, I want to be on the stage and see what it's like and perform it.
Right.
So
even acoustically.
Right, just to know. And I do the rehearsal and my mom and dad are like the only ones in the crowd. And I do this bit about my mom at Starbucks that I and it's kind of a loose bit. The second one, it was a little bit looser and I didn't really have the material for it.
Okay.
And it was a hard set for me to do. But my mom, I get done with the rehearsal, she goes, don't do the Starbucks bit.
But you're like, well, wait. Because
this is 10 minutes before I'm
and you're like, and also just because it's about you.
She was just like, I don't like that one.
But wasn't she a bit biased because it's about her?
Yeah, my dad goes, it's so true that she hates it. He goes, it's so true that she doesn't like the bit. And then Jimmy Fallon comes to the back and he's like, Jimmy Fallon, when he comes, both times, he comes to the back and he like does exactly, he doesn't have to remember me. He doesn't have to be, he doesn't have to do what he does.
None of it.
He does everything he knows someone would want from that experience.
Isn't he the nicest?
Like handshake, look you in the eye, talk with you, give you your time. My mom took his hand.
No.
And kissed his hand.
No.
She kissed his hand.
No.
And you just watch him like, what the fuck is going on here? And she kissed him like he was royalty. Like it was like the king. And he goes, okay, goodbye. Like he could see, like, I'm gonna get out of here, these crazy people. And I'll never forget it. I was like, you just kissed Jimmy Fallon's hand? She goes, I don't know what came over me.
She panicked?
Paris Hilton was also on the show. She
No.
comes walking through the hallway. My mom goes, love your shoes. And she goes, thanks. And
They're a
like,
size 16.
it's on her social media. You can
Stop.
see my mom complimenting Paris Hilton in the video. That's the video that Paris posted.
No.
Yeah. And so it's like literally they were like two dogs I didn't have on a leash. Like I didn't remember the leash and I just was like, I'll bring my dogs. My dad's like eating the craft services from the Kelly Clarkson
I
show.
literally cannot.
Like it's like crazy. Like
Wait, real quick about Fallon. So, when you were helping, like, so Hannah was like prepping for Fallon, and you were there. So it's like, and Des, like, you guys you're comedians. You're like,
right.
all
Well,
speaking
Des,
comedian.
I was like, I had the show, and you don't want to like. Lisa Traeger taped a special. She was like, "Can you host for it?" I was like, "Of course." Like,
Right.
some people you don't know how they're gonna. So like, I was like, Hannah and Des were like, "Stay with us." They were so nice, and I was like, also, and they're like, "Who's opening the show?" I was like, honestly, like. You guys are more than welcome to do the show, but like I was just gonna go no opener,
Right.
Because I was like, whatever. I know the show's good. I'm okay with going no opener. I could open for myself. It'll be fine. It'd be a little weird, but but also you can't get hotels. Like I don't want to pay for whatever. So then, Des was like, well, I'll do it. I don't really want to do it. I'll do it. Des was like, but he was like, I'll do it. And then he was like, well, Hannah's gonna be doing the Tonight Show. I was like.
Perfect practice.
Like, I was like, wow, amazing. He's like, do you mind if she does it? I was like, I would be honored.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
She went up and did, and I was like, do whatever you need to do. Again, like if you're doing a Tonight Show set, it's very much like you're trying to like nail the landing. Like I'm doing like a floor routine.
Yes, you're doing like gymnastics.
Right. You want to like go and done. And you want it to like, and every word
feet together.
Right.
Yes.
So I can understand, like, when I was working on mine, like, I go, if I'm you, dance around, like go out for 2 minutes. How you doing? Where you from? Do a joke that like is, that you can't do on the set, and then go into it. Like, create your own running start. So she goes out and does like 10 minutes. So like, I was like, do what you got to do, but like get the set in there. So that's kind of how you're trying to practice it. And she did it and it was great. It was fantastic.
But you guys were talking about it. So we got to overhear this like insidery information, but you said, just don't say fuck.
Yeah, don't.
You can't say fuck.
Because you can't say fuck on it.
This is something I've never heard this before. Can you share this? Is this like...
Well, you're doing a clean set.
Right.
So you have to be NBC appropriate.
Right.
This is kind of the issue that network TV has.
Yeah.
When they go up for like Emmys, you're against like an HBO show that has the full breadth of stories and language.
Right.
So you go on and do a 5-minute clean set, like... And I'm someone who expresses themselves. I'll say fuck sometimes, even when I don't need to, and it's a crutch.
Yeah, it's like rather than saying I say fucking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So the thing is, with what you don't really think about if you don't do acting or stand up, is how much muscle memory is involved with speaking. Mm-hmm. You think of muscle memory. I just don't think of it with speaking if I wasn't to do comedy.
Yes, it's true. Because like even when I opened for Stassi and I was doing my set, like. Just the more you do it, the better you are at it. It's muscle memory.
And the more you...
Is your brain a muscle or an organ?
Let's
it's
go.
It's a muscly organ.
Science talk.
It's a ripped organ.
Right.
GTL brain.
I have jokes I've told so many times that you kind of get lazy with it.
Right.
And you go,
I gotta, fun and new.
Right, I gotta like say this with some oomph and I gotta perform it. That's where the performance comes in. Saying something you've said a million times that feels like the first time.
Right.
So if you say fuck while you're practicing and then the day of you're like, okay, I'll take out the fucks.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. Exactly.
Yeah. You are going to say fuck.
Right. So I think it's a little bit practice how you play.
Right.
And I think you can forget that because you're like, I want to make sure these get laughs. So I want to be, but you got to kind of forget. The hardest part about practicing for something like that is you got to forget about what's going on in the room because you're preparing for a different room.
Right.
You're preparing for that stage and the TV
it's
set.
Like a sterile set in a way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But yet there's a live audience.
Clubs are just different. Like when I do my show, if it's in a theater, it's different than in a club. In a club, I can look at someone in the front. What are you drinking? Oh, where are you from? Oh, cool. Nice to meet you. Yeah, my parents do this. And then I can go into my bit.
Right.
Theater, I'm not going to talk to
Gotta
the
go
audience. I got to perform. I got to be big. I got to fill the stage. I got to make someone, they're facing you. There's no, drink service to get in the way, you know? So it's different. It's all different stuff that like, I enjoy. I like it, but it's also like frustrating, like you're trying to, you're like, stand up is so much like, you're etching at a stone, you're just trying to do little by little.
Yep.
If you get a new minute a week, you're a successful stand up.
Exactly.
A minute a week, how many times, you go on stage for 15 minutes. If 1 minute of that is something you can use again and again, you've won.
You've won. That's a funny thing too, because I mean, not that I'm a comedian by any stretch, but like when you do radio or podcasting, especially as long as I've done, you tell stories over and over and over again.
Right.
And OG audience members get super pissed and they're like, we've heard this before.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, but like that's the bag, baby. That's the business that we're in. Like repetition
and you're
is kind
a performer.
of key.
Repetition is key. And it's also like, maybe the time you tell it this time, you find something new in it.
Precisely.
And you find a new bit in it.
Like it's ever growing.
It's all hard, and it's hard to like, to just go on and like be on all the time.
Yeah.
Like I, taped podcast yesterday for 3 hours, and like listen, this isn't a hard job, but then I was like,
but work is work, and it's content fatigue is what we get.
Right. And then you go and then I did stand up last night. I could feel it. Like I was like, I'm not into this. I shouldn't be here, but I had to be there because I'm booked for it.
Right.
And some woman in the crowd last night, I was like, I did my opening joke and she goes, "Aww."
I hate it. I hate it so much. Like we're telling our stories. We're not sad about it. Please don't on me. Please, please. It kills the mood. Laugh.
Well, because awe is a judgment of other people. You're ruining other people's times, not mine.
Can you say the joke or nah?
No. It's not even a joke. I just said I'm 39 and never been married, no kids. Yeah. That's literally, I'm just describing my life. Aww. And I literally like, I go, what a horrific person. I go, can you imagine?
Did you say this?
Yeah, I was on stage. Because I was in a bad mood. And the first fucking word, I'm looking like my last set of the night. I did 3 shows. I'm like, yeah, I'm 39. I've never been married and I don't have any kids. Aww. And I go, did someone just awe my literal bio? My life? And then I repeat, I go, "Aww," and like the crowd laughed. Like I got it, because like now you're acknowledging what's so funny. Like how, like,
so
and
good.
I go, that's gotta be the most horrific person to like interact with. And then they start laughing again. And
is she laughing?
I didn't care. I go, can you imagine you're at a party and you're like, oh, well, I live down the street and I'm single and no, I haven't been married. I don't have any kids. Oh, like, wouldn't that be someone you wouldn't be embarrassed to be involved with? Like, wouldn't you divorce that woman right away?
Yes.
Like, and I kept going, wouldn't you think that like that person shouldn't be allowed to vote in elections? Don't you think that person thinks that being married is better than being single when it's really just a different version of horrific life?
Yes.
Right? I was like, she's stuck in a mortgage with someone she kind of loves and won't touch his dick. And she's awing me. And I go, I get to lick a different nipple anytime I want. And she's awing me. Now I sound like I'm like being too defensive.
Yes.
I went on for 5 minutes.
I love it.
And then by the end, you could see like the audience like, okay, enough.
Like, let her go.
Right. Like
you're like a dog with a bunny in its mouth.
Right.
She's like convulsing on her chair.
And I'm like, Jared. And I didn't feel good after that. I don't take happiness in making someone feel bad, but obviously like, and then I did the rest of my set. It was fine. And then I went and drank martinis at Spaniard alone on my phone, listen to some guy hit on some woman. The Spaniard, you ever go to that bar?
No, but now I want to.
I call it the 27-year-old embassy.
Hello.
It's a very young. The West Village.
Where is it?
It's in the West Village. So from the Comedy Cellar to my apartment is just Temptation Alley. It is just bar after bar, pizza after pizza, and I just want to get home without drinking, and I fail every night. And I just look in the window of Spaniard, and I'm too old to be there on a Friday.
Okay.
I'm too old to be there on a Monday, but it's a little bit more comfortable.
Okay.
I was there on a Wednesday. I'm too old, but I could sit at the bar. It wasn't too packed. It was like midnight.
Yeah.
And I just like keep the martinis coming, man. And I don't know
I
why.
love a good martini.
I
Gin
know.
or vodka?
Vodka. I'm
Thank
a
God.
pussy.
People who have gin. Are you okay?
The gin people. You know, I went to Libertine.
Are you my grandfather?
No.
May he rest in peace. Because of gin martinis?
R.I.P. Well, gin martinis, it's just, if they're not, here's the thing. A vodka martini can be made not great and still be okay.
Yeah.
If you mess up a gin martini even a little, like your night is ruined.
Ruined.
Right?
Yes.
That's kind of what I've learned from.
I'm fighting with everybody. The Uber driver.
Horrible. I'm scrunching my face trying to get through a drink. Libertine in the West Village, they have on their menu. I give, all I do is give food and bar suggestions. This is like my life.
I love it.
Libertine has a gin martini on the menu, the one that they do there.
Okay.
That's the best one I've ever had.
Okay.
That was great.
I will go and try that one. Yes.
I'm a vodka martini guy.
Let's go get martinis together.
When can we do this?
Whenever.
Okay. You, me, Taylor.
Yeah, don't worry. For the threesome, I'll bring my wife.
Sure. Taylor. What a dream. I think the male dream, and this is the problem with dating.
Yeah.
Is like you're kind of waiting on a Taylor situation.
I know.
That is like the male dream. Because I think a lot of men.
I know.
They write on the dating apps, and I'm guilty of this. And I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm pretty average. Open to short, looking for long. So open to short term, meaning I would love to fuck the wide variety of women that would fuck me.
Right.
But I think most men are romantics, but wouldn't call themselves or wouldn't be seen as that.
Uh-huh.
Because they do believe in their heart and soul that someone of that wide variety of women they would fuck would like make them go, oh my God, I need this person.
Yep.
And it's kind of the trope of every like coming of age movie. There's this one person that makes you go, what? I never even saw. It's every rom-com. She just came out of nowhere.
Yep.
And, you know, I think that's, you know, Taylor kind of that when I met you guys together, I was like, that's what happened to you.
Totally.
And
I mean, are you kidding me? I got a divorce. I wanted to find a rich dude who would pay my fucking rent for me again. Just with no sisters this time.
Right.
That was it. Is that too much to ask for? Right. And then this nanny comes into my life and I am like, am I okay?
Right.
And 10 years later.
Even the way she said hello to me.
She's Medusa.
She literally goes,
she's a seductress.
I go, nice to meet you. I've heard so much about it. She goes, I've been listening to you because I've been editing the podcast.
It's true.
Just that little touch. I think that's like a very like sweet thing. It's a vulnerability. I've heard you. Oh, I think you're so fun. It's so nice. Like you don't have to like gush about someone when you meet them, but if you give them a little like personal thing, like, oh my.
Goes a long way.
It goes a long way. It's a lesson for life, but yeah.
Well, Jared, thank you so much for joining.
It's always a pleasure.
It's always so fun. It's so easy.
Fun.
I'm obsessed with you.
I'm obsessed with you.
I've always been obsessed with you, but after that weekend, I'm like extra obsessed. Like I like crave you. You know?
It was fun. I mean, honestly, it's tough to like beat a Hamptons 4th of July weekend.
I know.
But it's like, it was definitely a great time.
It was so good.
Easy.
Jared, I love it, bits and pieces. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Where can people go to consume more of you?
Can you guys just do me a favor?
Yes.
And follow me on Instagram at Jared Freid. Now,
I feel that in my soul.
Yeah, that's the center of my wheel.
Yes.
I do 3 podcasts. I yell at The Bachelor. I yell at The Bachelor. I do 3 podcasts. I do stuff on TikTok. I have stand-up shows.
Yep.
It's all there. I'm going to be in Newark, Atlantic City. I'm going to be in Cleveland,
Amazing.
Raleigh, Sacramento. I go all over the country. I bring a good show. If you happen to see my posts and you want to come bring people, it's for everyone. But at Jared Freid on Instagram, and then we'll go from there. Let's start there.
I like that. I like that good landing spot.
Yeah.
While we're on it, follow me at Taylor Strecker. What the fuck? Can I get to 200K? Can I even get to 150?
Come on.
I've been in this business for almost 20 years.
Also, here's the thing. If you already follow Taylor, just like some shit.
Oh, and
Touch
comment.
Yeah,
it means just give me a heart emoji. Give me an HGH and buy my merch.
I had someone that kept commenting. It's funny that we ask for these things and then we get them and we get annoyed.
Totally.
I got someone just kept commenting on my TikTok because I was like, comment on my TikTok. They're like, algorithm. They just kept commenting algorithm. And I was like, all right, can we have a little bit of...
Come on now.
Can we hide and... Don't you think that the algorithm knows this is you trying to fuck with it? Can we like be a little less obvious? Get annoyed. I was like, I asked for this.
Oh man. Hey, yeah, and buy my merch. I'm wearing it today. Hey girl, hey.
Troop Beverly
Hey,
Hills.
girl,
So
hey.
I told you this before we started.
Yeah.
Troop Beverly Hills. Childhood memory. I used to watch
Core
that.
memory, right?
Right. I had a lot of like like when I was younger, like my neighbors were all girls.
Yep.
So I would hang out with them and like
Lucky.
they love Troop Beverly Hills. Like, and then it's tough to convince people you're a straight man when you have like a lot of Troop Beverly Hills knowledge.
Would you like one of these?
No, I'm okay.
Wear it to the bar.
Hey, what a thrill. What's it?
Beverly Hills, what a thrill. And then there's
right.
also like, it's cookie time.
Oh my God, you're itching my brain right now.
I know, it's crazy.
Cookie time is crazy.
That's it for us, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your week. Don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe. It means everything to podcasters.
Love
it's
it.
like tipping your
Love it.
bartender. Until next week, bye, girl, bye.